Welcome to my channel. I'm the Planning Redhead. In today's video, I am going to be doing a budget with me for my second paycheck of January. So yeah, let's jump right in. So my income this paycheck was $1,227.76. So that was a really good paycheck. I am a lower income, so I don't make a lot. I only work part-time. But yeah, that's more than I normally get on average. So that's wonderful. So the first thing I like to do when I get paid is I like to pay myself first by putting 10% of what I make into savings and 5% into investing. I do know that I've got debt, but I do also know the power of investing early and investing often. And this is my little way of keeping up with that, even when I'm trying to budget for everything else in life. So let's go ahead and start with that. So if I take my income and take 10% of that, that's $122.78. And then we'll take the income again and do 5% to figure out what we're saving there. So 1,227.76 times 0.05 is $61.39. So when I get paid, what I'll do is I will automatically transfer the 10% into I'm actually putting this into my emergency fund right now as I pulled a couple videos back, you will see that I pulled $2,000 out of my emergency fund to put towards my credit card debt to help bring those interest payments down. So I need to replenish that. So right now that is where my 10% savings is going. So I will automatically transfer that once I get paid into that account. And my investing account I have with Wealthsimple, so I will automatically move that over into Wealthsimple and invest that money. So now let's take a look at what I have left over to stuff all my envelopes for the rest of the week. I guess the rest of the month. I'll have one more paycheck from the government, but that will be it. So this pretty much has to last till my next paycheck. So $1,227.76 minus the 10%, which is $122.78, minus the $61.39. So I am left with $1,043.59. Being that I am based in Canada, our money doesn't have $1 bills. The smallest bill denomination we have is a $5 bill. So this $3.59, I will be basically ignoring and letting that sit in my checking account buffer. It's easier than trying to pull out a bunch of coins just to stuff that. I do go by a zero-based budget. So basically whatever I have left over, I round to the nearest $5, and whatever's left gets automatically left into my checking account to bring my balance to zero. Yeah, I hope that makes sense. So let's go ahead and start off. So for bills, I have to save, it's $1,340 for my month's bills for February. So that's currently what I'm saving up for is my February bills. So from this paycheck, I am going to put $600 towards that. And let's go ahead and subtract 600 from here. So we have $440 left when I round that down to the nearest 5. I know I have to put some extra money into my wellness. I had a physio appointment that cost my deductible out of it, and I didn't have enough in my envelope to fill it, and I need to make sure I have enough in there to pay back my visa. So I'm going to jump down to wellness right away, and I'm going to stuff $130 into my wellness envelope. That should cover what I owe and then have a little bit in there for my next appointments. yeah, so that should cover what I owe in that. And then the next one I owe in is my miscellaneous. So we ended up getting a couple drinks that I didn't have enough money in my miscellaneous to cover. So right away, I'm going to put $10 into my miscellaneous envelope. I usually put only $5, but because I did spend this money, I want to make sure I have extra in my miscellaneous to cover that cost and put on my Visa before those charges accrue interest. Because my biggest goal this right now is to pay off all of my credit card debt. So that is my main focus, and making sure. So yes, I did go over, but my first thing is making sure those envelopes have that amount in it. So now with those two, let's subtract that from what we have. So 130 and minus 10. So we have $300 left to play with. So I'm going to start kind of at the top because these are funds that I like to make sure we have money in all the time. I usually always allot $50 for gas every paycheck. That usually fills me up just over about 3/4 of a tank. So that's perfect. And then food, I'm going to budget 20. This is just for eating out and that kind of thing. So we'll take away 20 from that. So we have 230 left to play with. School, I'm going to put $10 in my kids' school. That's anything for hot lunch, field trips, anything like that comes out of there. My daughter, I am going to be putting 50, and my son, I'm going to be putting 10. Did I subtract the food out of here or the school? Oh no, I can't remember if I did that. Let's take a look. Okay, 1,000, basically $40. So minus 600, minus 50, 20, 10, 10, 130, 50, and 10. So 160 left to play with. So my daughter ends up getting a little bit more. Her activities, she's in dance, which just costs a lot more than my son's activities. My son, he's into skiing and Cubs, but his fees are very, very minimal in comparison. So I know it looks unfair, but I promise like they both get to do the same amount of things. It just happens my daughter's is a little bit more pricey. I'm actually thinking of changing this to just kids activity envelope or activities. I don't know. I'm thinking of combining it because sometimes my son's envelope just builds up because he doesn't, his stuff just they fundraise for and there's not much of a cost, and my daughter's gets depleted very quickly. And really it's all going to making sure the kids are doing what they love and that. So I'm toying with that idea. Let me know in the comments what you think of that instead of having it separate for them, because it's not a savings for them. We have that separately. It's just basically for both of their activities. So I'm kind of thinking of combining it into one envelope. Let me know in the comments what you think of that. Okay, so we have 160 left. All right, so all of these, we don't have a lot going on. So I don't think we need a lot. Let's put 10 in fun. And let's put 5 in gifts. Me, let's just put 5. Just looking at how much we have left here. 140, okay. Okay, I think I want to jump up. I want to make sure I put $100 into my debt because debt is so important. So let's do that. Okay, $40 left. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more. And I want to put a decent amount in Christmas. So let's put 20 in Christmas. This is for making sure we have enough for Christmas. So we had 40 minus 20, that leaves us with $20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so one of these isn't going to get stuffed even $5. So I think I'm going to not stuff my family photos. This is something we like to do each year, but we don't always, and we've got some time to save up for that. That's not urgent to me. The rest of these, I want to make sure we have something going into them each paycheck. So let's put 5 for clothes, 5 for house, so that's 10. 5 at least for vacation, and 5 for pets, so it's another 10. So that brings us to 0. Perfect. Okay. I know that's not great. I would love to put more into things, but unfortunately, with this being a bit of a bigger expense and having to put more into there, it sacrificed some of my other categories, and that's okay. I really needed to get in for physio, so that was a well worth thing. So that means right now we've got nothing for savings challenges. If I happen to be able to find some money from any of my envelopes when I unstuff them, like gas or food or miscellaneous, which I know miscellaneous is empty, then I might put that into that. We're working on the 100 envelope challenge as well. But I'd rather throw this money at debt right now and get debt paid off. I know once that's paid, then we can work on the savings challenges more. So yeah. All right. So I think that's our budget. It is down to zero. That $3.59, like I was saying, will stay in my checking account buffer, just to always be there. So yeah, thank you so much for tuning in. In my next video, I will be cash stuffing all my envelopes with the money from this paycheck. So make sure you tune back in for that. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Take care. Bye.